Execution over perfection. I was just listening to a great story from John Davids. If you guys don't follow his podcast, definitely a great podcast about business and marketing. He's talking about NerdWallet and how they originally launched with just a quick spreadsheet, quick website, but people appreciated the information they were giving on credit cards and how they can save money. And so people started flocking to the website, and even though it was nice and it was gritty and not polished, it doesn't matter because people respected the information, they respected the knowledge that they were dropping for them, and they respected the hustle that the guys were doing. Plus, they stood out because they didn't look like every other traditional website. And if you go to a banking website, they all look the same. When it comes to business, construction, all that stuff, I was just talking to a guy and I was asking him, hey, can you share your social medias with me? I'll help. He was kind of asking me about some questions about starting his business. And I said, just share me your Instagram, your TikTok. I'll share it with people, help get the word out. He says, I haven't started those yet. I'm working on getting my website up and running. So think about that. Instagram, TikTok, completely free. Facebook Marketplace, Kijiji, all those things are absolutely free. That you can just pick up your phone right now, make a quick video and say, hey, I just started my renovation company. Send that video off to all your friends, tag people. It can be done just like that. But the guy is just obsessing about his website and perfecting his website before officially launching his business. But you don't need that. And I can tell you proof enough that the amount of business and the amount of views that I get from my videos are in the millions every month. And I do almost no editing aside from adding a couple captions here or there. And sometimes I stumble and I'll cut a little bit out. But other than that, I just pick up the camera and I just talk. Why? Because I know what I'm talking about. Because I've got the experience. I've done it all before. So for someone who has, 10 years of experience in the construction industry, you should just be able to just pick up your phone and just talk about what you're up to and your business and just document the stuff. People don't need a polished video of you. It is cool though. I know a bunch of people that do the drone videos and all that stuff, but if a drone video is getting you your customers, that's cool and all, but being personable and showing off the actual quality of your work is even more important, because I know some people who are busy nonstop and all they have to do is they post a picture once a month on their Instagram, and people see the level of quality that they're producing, and that is costing him almost nothing to do that, because it's just easy to take a picture and upload it there. So you think about life, think about all that stuff. Just planning and overthinking things and not getting that market research. I love talking about that, guys, because the market research is the answer to true growth. Personally, spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, you have to get that market research there. You have to be out. You got to be trying things. You have to be trialing things. You think about some of the biggest companies in the world and the biggest fails. I was just watching a thing between Pepsi and Coca-Cola, and how they came out with new Coke, they came out with new Pepsi, they came out with Diet Pepsi, then Pepsi no sugar, Diet Coke, Coke Zero, all those things. But think about the different iterations they've had to have over the years, and they bombed. You wonder why there's a Coca-Cola Classic, because I'm sure most people know the story about how they came out with a new Coke and everybody hated it. So they had to go back to Coca-Cola Classic. So it's the same thing with you. Anything that you're doing, your business, and finding your niche too, and what you can really fine tune your skills to. I try to, it's like the story of the general contractor. The general contractor doesn't always make the most money because he's not specialized. He's just general. But if you've got a guy, same with a mechanical company, but, the refrigeration guy that works for the mechanical company is making top dollar because it's such a specialized skill and not a lot of people are doing it. Same thing, I was just listening to a guy talk about this guy that specializes in data centers and certain equipment, and the guy's been poached 4 different times from 4 different companies in the past year and continually making more and more money, to the point where the guy's 26 and making $250,000 a year doing something that he trained less than 14 months for overall. Once he got his electrical license when he was like 23 or something like that. Then it took another year and a half to really fine tune how to build this equipment. And now the guy's in high demand all over the country, all over the world, especially as the need for more and more data centers continues to evolve over the years, because he picked that one piece, but he didn't know what piece was going to get him the big money until he went out there and tried, right? First started as a laborer, then he became a licensed electrician, and then from there realized his niche was in these specialized power equipment and data centers. And that's easy enough for anybody. But like I said, the market research, the trial, the pivoting, the retrying, finding out what's good, what's not good. Talk about social media here, just me posting. I'm constantly checking out the analytics and posting and changing. The beauty is with something like ChatGPT is that you can utilize ChatGPT and you can upload your analytics to it and ask it to analyze the analytics. There we go. Ask it to analyze the analytics and see what's going on, what's working, what's not working. I mean, you can pretty much see it too. I can see the different, the way titles are done, the way I'm putting my cover images and all that stuff, right? And then you get obviously feedback from people as well, commenting that they liked the video that you did. And I love the image. Gary Vaynerchuk always talks about this, and people have been sharing this stuff, but it's like, you're mad at 100 views, and it's like, this is a room of 100 people. Just think about that. You get 100 views on something, that's 100 people that came and checked it out. Like, that's massive, right? It's like 5-6 classrooms of people. And it's like, even worse is when someone's mad that they have 1,000 views or 2,000 views, right? Like, we're talking an amphitheater already. But what's even better is when you have those 5 to 10 people that every day are liking the content, every day are giving you a shout out, they're shooting you a message saying thanks for that, I really appreciate that, or hey, I could really use this, and thanks for this, which is absolutely amazing. And people say, yes, you got to find a niche, but it's okay to have a bunch of different likes, which if you guys check out my social media stuff, I'm sure you see sometimes it's all over the place, but it works. So because the niche isn't necessarily what you do, you are the niche. So what's the quirk about you? What are people relating to about you? And then, no different in business. Like I said, if you're that old carpenter and you're just posting a picture, but it's high quality, that's who you're known for, right? You're just the simple, high quality master craftsman. If you've got the crazy flying drone footage, some people love that stuff. And I know developers that work with certain contractors explicitly because they're younger. They kind of all have the same mentality, the same kind of goals as well, right? Like rapid growth, and they get along so great like that, and showing off, the fun times that they're having with the crazy drone footage and all that stuff allows those two guys to connect together. So you can kind of see how having a niche of sorts helps you out, but then also being generalized in a sense can also be to your benefit, as long as you throw in those pieces that then people can relate to and then know exactly what you're up to. That's what I want to talk about today. I was just listening to that podcast, had a couple thoughts, figured I'd come on here because sharing knowledge, sharing some of the stuff that you learn is extremely important for growth and for life. So with that, be a pro.